Bookies. Today we are going to be discussing contemporary books that I recommend. So let's get started. So contemporary books fall under like different themes and subcategories for me. So I've divided some. These are not all of the contemporary books that I have. They're just like a lot of examples of different kinds of themes that I see constantly in contemporary. And then I have some that I don't have, so they will be flashed on screen whenever I'm talking about them. But first I want to talk about contemporary books that help to inspire social change. So we have I'm Not Dying With You Tonight, which is by Gilly, Segel, and Kimberly Jones, which is amazing. It's about two girls who lead fairly different lives, who after a riot breaks out in Atlanta, they have to find their way home and they partner with each other. It's super good. I highly recommend it, and the authors are very, very sweet people. But I also recommend The Voting Booth by Brandy Colbart, which is about this girl. She is super into politics and the voting. She knows the ins and outs. And she's going to be like one of these people that you're going to watch out for because she's going to change the world type of people. And then you have this guy that's on the opposite side of the cover that's trying to vote, and he realizes that there's something amiss with he can't go vote at the polling place that he chooses. He teams up with her, and they go on a journey to figure out his voting journey, so that way he can put in his vote. Both of these inspire great change. And both of these call to action, different kinds of action that's required. And they talk about a lot of important things that teenagers start to consider once, because, you know, they're about to be adults. They're about to be able to go cast their own vote and be able to go and inspire their own change. So, like, we have human rights, we have politics, etc., etc. These are probably some of my favorite books to read. Not well, these specifically, I really like them. But, you know, just the kind of books that they talk about how you that is watching can do something, even if it's a little small. Those are the kind of contemporary books that I really like. The next is my second kind of favorite contemporary book. Basically, they're just a story. They have something to say, and they're going to say it. So we have Happily Ever Afters, which is a slight romance story, but there is a story about her and her about main character. I can't remember her name. Is it Elise? No, Tessa. Oh my gosh. Oh, the author's name is Elise Bryant. I'm sure I have the name Elise. It's Elise Bryant that wrote it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. The main character's name is Tessa, and she is on her own writing journey. There is like a slight romance subplot, but most of the book focuses on her. She is a writer. She writes like fan fiction. I wouldn't really call it fan fiction. It's like her own stories, like how, like when I was little, when I was in 8th grade, I wrote my own book, kind of thing. It's not for publishing or anything. It was on a floppy disk and it's long gone. Thank God. But, you know, kind of stuff like that. She writes romance, and she gets accepted into this prestigious academy for like arts, and she gets accepted into the writing program, but then she encounters writer's block, which is every writer's worst nightmare. So then goes on her journey of trying to rediscover her writing voice. It's such a good read. I named a chat group after this book. That's how much I loved it. Like, it is so good. I highly recommend it. I also recommend Furia. Basically, it's about this girl. Her name's Camilla. She wants to play football, which is, you know, not like the Americanized football, but soccer football. She wants to play. Her parents don't like the idea. She's going to sneak around because she loves it. You should let anyone that really likes the sport do it. But such a good story about overcoming and stuff like that. It's such a well done cover too. Like, every time I see it, I'm just like, she's peering into my soul. The next one is With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo. Acevedo. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right. I'm so sorry. But basically, this book is about Imani. She is a teen mom living with her grandmother, I believe. And while she does good in school, she has a passion for cooking. And that's what she wants to do. She wants to go and she wants to cook. So then starts her journey of getting into this. I think there's like a program in her high school, like kind of like home ec, but not, where she can cook. She gets recognized, and she gets an opportunity to go to another country. I think Italy or Rome. Don't quote me on that. It's been like 2 years since I read this, where she gets to go and fulfill her journey. But then again, back to the original point, she's a teen mom. And it's her juggling that and juggling her dreams. It's such a good story. I don't see a lot of books that conquer the teen mom aspect. That can sometimes happen when you're a teen. You know, I came from a rural town, a rural county too, that a lot of the girls in my high school got pregnant. I mean, it's not scandalous. It just happens sometimes. Sometimes people whoopsie. So it's her figuring out how to deal with both of those things at once. And then the last book that kind of fits into this is 10 Truths and a Dare. This is the sister novel to 10 Blind Dates by the same author, Ashley Elston. This is one of the cousins. I can never remember her name. Olivia is graduating. She's classed out a salutatorian. She is going places, except that she didn't do the PE class that's required, so she is actually not going to graduate and not going to be salutatorian. She can't have that happen, so she volunteers to make up the hours that she missed doing this golf tournament thing with her coach. So she has to balance that, and she has to balance this relationship that she starts with this guy at the same time. Such a good book. Ashley Elston never fails to write a good story, and I liked it. Next we have the contemporary books that are also retellings, and I've not read a lot of them, but Ashley Post is kind of the queen about this, so I'm just going to show off all 3 of her books. I still really like her writing and her books, even though she did block me on Twitter. Ashley, why? Anyways, so she wrote Geekerella. This was like the first book of hers I ever read. Basically about this girl who is our Cinderella character, can't go to the Dragon Con like convention that's happening, and through the power of friendship and luck and strong wills, she gets in. He's the guy for dreams who was an actor on this TV show that she really liked, but that's kind of like Star Trek like. I'm putting it very, very broadly because it's been like 3 years since I read 2 or 3 years. I can't remember. It's been a while, but it's good. I promise you. Now, sister novel to that is The Princess and the Fangirl, which is a Prince and the Pauper retelling of it. 2 girls trade places. One is an ordinary fangirl who's just there to live it up. The other one is an actress. They switch places and chaos ensues. Same con and everything. Actually at the same time as the first one. And then this one, which I have not read yet, but I will get to hopefully this year. I think. Yeah, it's up there. I'll get to it. It is the Bookish and the Beast, or Bookish and the Beast, which is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. So I'm not sure if this one takes place at the same time, but she is a brainiac. She is going places. She is going to make her dreams come true. He is a Hollywood star that is having issues. They meet. Romance. I don't know how else to say it. But these books are so good. Contemporary retellings are really, really fun because you get the fantasy retelling, but in a contemporary setting. I always like them. The next one I have up is romance books. Contemporary romance books. And these are kind of like in 3 different tiers. That I like to separate them in. You have like your standard romance. This one follows Mia. She is a ballerina. She is amazing. She gets accepted into this fabulous school in Paris, and she is going to make her dreams come true, except she meets a guy, and you know what happens there. meets a guy, everything starts to go downhill. It's such a simple and cute romance. I absolutely loved it. And it's set in Paris. Like, I like stuff that's set in other countries. I also have romance books that are not travel based, but are kind of set, that are kind of like tropey. They're kind of tropey. I discovered that I have a very specific trope I like. I do like friends to lovers, but I've discovered recently that I really like, I don't even know if that's a trope. I don't know if I'm making it up. It's the girl is in a breakup or a foul mood, and her family bands together to set her up on multiple blind dates so that way she can find her one. I don't know why we're trying to find the one when she's a teenager, but that's what family does, I guess. I remember many times I was set up. But anyways, so two of my favorites are The Jasmine Project and 10 Blind Dates by Ashley Elston. Both of them, same trope. Both girls, they broke up with their boyfriends. They is sad. Their families join a group chat through text message. They pick out multiple guys. Girls have to date the guys. They find the one. It's cute. I like it. I know it's tropey, but it's cute. And the last one I have for like this romance one is Holiday, because holiday books usually follow a romance one. And one that I really liked this year was The Holiday Switch. It's so cute. Basically about this girl. She lives in a Christmas town, and when I say Christmas town, I mean like they like Christmas. They really like Christmas. So she is setting up her little gift shop / bookstore for the Christmas season, when the bookshop / gift store's nephew comes into play. He is in between. He's going to college, I think. Or he's about to go to college. One of those two things. And she gives him a job there for the Christmas season, for winter break. And it's the promotion that the girl wanted, which they swap phones accidentally. Chaos ensues. They become friends. They have this cute little romance. It's adorable. So many Christmas puns. So little time. I like it. And then the last book that I'm going to talk about / recommend, that fits into a different sub genre of contemporary books is A Million Junes by Emily Henry. Emily Henry, yes, that girl who wrote Beach Reads and People That We Meet on Vacation. She's absolutely killing it, and she killed it in this book too. This one and The Love That Split the World, which I have in one of these totes over here. Both of them follow magical realism. This one specifically, there's this girl who's named June. Roll credits. who is still grieving the loss of her father. And it follows, I'm just going to be very plain. It follows a very Romeo and Juliet-like storyline, except they travel to these mystical worlds in this LSD-like trip. But it's really good. And Emily Henry does not like it to be called Romeo and Juliet-esque. I went to Tennessee. It was the first time ever I got to meet authors for like a book signing, and they got to read the first chapter of the books and talk about them and stuff. So it was Emily Henry, and it was Brittany Cavallaro talking about her books, the Charlotte Holmes. There we go. Oh my god. I wanted to say Hancock for some reason. But it was them talking about their books, and then she just offhandedly mentioned that the synopsis used distinctly that it was a Romeo and Juliet-like book, but she had it removed because she did not like that. And, you know, whatever. That, I'm just going to read, like, the back blurb of it. For as long as Jack, June, O'Donnell, I'm not saying that, like, she changes her name, but her nickname is June. The family name is Jack, which, you know, I can get behind. June O'Donnell has been alive. Her parents have had only one rule: stay away from the Angert family. But when June collides, quite literally, with Saul Angert, sparks fly, and everything June has always known thrown into chaos. You're not supposed to go and be with that guy because we don't like his family. They end up together. It's very Romeo and Juliet-esque, but if you don't want to call it Romeo and Juliet, you could call it Hatfield and McCoy. It's not redneck like Hatfield and McCoy's storyline is, but it fits the trope. Girl falls with guy from the wrong family and chaos ensues. I have no idea where we ended off because my camera just completely quit. I don't know. But I hope I got all of that, and I'm going to edit. Hopefully I got everything. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. See you again. Bye.